everybody! Well, we may as well just get straight to it. My skin has already been primed and I used the L'Oreal Base Magic for the primer. It's very important that you do prime your skin if you're working with especially these cream coloured eyeshadows in particular, because they can stain your skin. So the primer that I did use, it's almost like a pore filler, makes the texture of your skin very smooth and basically flawless. When working with orange tends to bring out, you know, every tiny little imperfection that you have. So this was a must for me. So I'm just taking Coral Reef, which is a cream colour from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm applying that all over my face with a stippling brush. I didn't intend on taking this over my whole entire face to start with. I was going to leave areas blank, which was, you know, where the mouth was going to go, where some highlighted areas on the face were going to be. But then I just kind of thought, well, I may as well build the colour as much as I can, make it as orange as I can and as vibrant as I can, and build on it from there. And once you have filled in your entire face, leaving some areas around the eyes a little blank, then I've taken it down my neck, and because I didn't really have any direction with what I was wanting to do with this look, I just knew that I wanted to do a pumpkin and some kind of skull. I have just really kind of taken whatever was left over on my brush and randomly splattered it almost down my neck. Once I had roughly coloured my neck in, I took the Anastasia Beverly Hills cream colour in yellow and highlighted my face. So I was just using the same stippling brush as before and applied it to the centre of my forehead, the highlights of my cheeks, so the high point of my cheeks, down the bridge of my nose, and also the centre of my chin, just so the face had more dimensions to them and it didn't look so flat. I found these two actually blended really well. The orange had dried down a little bit, which was what I was really worried about. I thought that maybe it would crack, or if I added the yellow to it, it was going to start to rub off, but it worked perfectly and I was really happy with how it turned out. So once you've blended all of that in, the Sigma gel liner was applied to my eyes, and I just used a Tarte Cosmetics eyeliner brush. I didn't know how fierce I wanted the eyes to look, so I just started with outlining them, and then I built on it from there. This probably took me the longest out of everything to do, including the mouth, because I didn't know what direction I wanted to go in. I know that I wanted it to kind of look a little bit scary, but also I wanted it to be really colourful because it's a pumpkin. So I basically just sketched and built up from there rather than going big and then not being able to erase it because it was black. I've just gone little by little to make it larger and larger, and I carried the arch out quite wide so it had more of an angry effect. And if I had used a larger brush, it probably would have taken me half the time, but because I'm such a perfectionist, this was the best option for me. So once that's all coloured in, I'm taking Makeup Geek Corrupt eyeshadow and I'm just pressing that in with a small pencil brush and smoking out the kind of like the lower lash line, just to add a little bit of depth. And carrying that down the nose, and then I'm going to start filling in the nose. I mean, really, it's just about filling in the tip of the nose and adding a few squiggly lines. I felt like it was a little too perfect when I had finished, so I added some more little lines to it, which worked out really well because it kind of gave like an aged effect. And I mean, pumpkins aren't perfect anyway, who is really? So I just took the eyeliner brush and really light-handedly, didn't add any more product, just added a few little squiggles. And then I've gone ahead and started the other eye and made that as symmetrical as possible. This eye took nowhere near as long because I knew what I was doing and it was just a matter of copying the other side. Okay, for the mouth, I simply drew almost like a smile, coloured in where I wanted it to be and the width that I wanted the smile to be, and then I started adding my squiggly cutouts for my mouth. They do not have to be perfect, they just have to be different heights, go different ways, play round. If I can give you one little tip, when I was filling in the mouth, I wish that I had used a liquid lipstick on my actual lips, because I did notice the eyeliner wore off a lot quicker than a liquid lipstick would, and I did have to keep touching up before I took photos. So there's a little tip for you. Also, try not to lick your lips, because I did, and eyeliner actually tastes horrendous. I was so pleased with how this look turned out, guys. I mean, it's so good because it's a unisex look. Like, you can do this on little kids if you want something really quick, you don't have time, or also cost-wise, you might not be able to afford a really expensive costume, because costumes or wigs, they add up pretty quickly. Whereas this, I'm using only a few things. Eyeliner, 2 eyeshadows. They don't have to be eyeshadows. You could always use body and face paints. And then I'm using an eyeshadow just to shade in areas. That's it. Add a hoodie. Take your hair down, wear your hair up, do what you like. If your man's not too sure what he wants to be for Halloween, easy, go, have a play around, have fun with it, why not? I didn't even add contacts. I generally have a little bit of irritation when it comes to putting contacts in my eyes. I just can't handle it. Like, I just want to rip my eyeballs out. But I think it looks pretty fierce, actually, having the blue come against the black and the orange. And it would look the same if you had green or brown eyes. But if you wanted to make it look scary, I mean, go and add some full black or full white contacts. That would look insane. But I thought, nah, we'll keep it realistic for now, because they can be expensive and not everybody can get their hands on them. I know in Australia here, you have to order them online, and last year I didn't manage to get them in time. Once this was all coloured in, like the eyes, I felt like it still just, it needed something. Something was missing, and I thought, I think it's shadowing. I think it needs some shadow to bring it to life. So I took the same eyeshadow brush. I did not add any shadow to it. I just had what was left on the brush and really roughly filled in around the squiggliness. What are they even called? The mouth carvings. I just found all of the shading really brought it to life, so I'm really glad that I did that. And for the brows, keep it simple. I'm just leaving a little gap, probably like, what, a centimetre, drawing them in, not too thick, because I am going to start drawing out the indentations on my forehead of where the pumpkin is going to be. I didn't do any drag tricks or anything to my brows. I just kept my brows there. I don't know how well it would work if you had dark hair. My brows are so white, they're pretty much see-through. You can still see them a little bit here, but once the whole look's done, you don't even take notice of it. As you can see, I am currently outlining the indentations on my head. No product added to my brush, just really lightly, just to get a sense of where they're going to go before you start shading and filling them in. And this is where you can start thickening your brows up a little bit. They don't have to be perfect. They can be quite wild and free. And once I have added a little bit of depth to these lines just by filling them in, we are going to contour the face. So now I'm just adding some shadows around the indentations and also to my brows. And then because I felt like it almost looked a bit like a mask and I wanted it to look like a real life face, like you were born as that. I started shading in and around my hair, which looked really good once my hair was taken down. Now, taking the Morphe 350 palette, I'm using one of the darker oranges to contour my face and also around the indentations. So I'm contouring the normal areas just to add some depth and definition. I felt like something wasn't complete, so I basically threw colours on my neck and chest, taking the darker orange, which I used to contour, and a lot of product, and splattered it on there. And then I took some of the black and shaded underneath my jaw area. I was so happy with how this look turned out. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you guys do recreate it, please remember to tag me in all of your photos, or if you don't have the confidence to post it but you do recreate it, please DM me because I would love to see your work. A lot of you tagged me and also sent me photos of the recreations you did last year, and I loved it. Trust me guys, I actually have a little folder with all of your recreations in there. I hope you guys have a very safe and happy Halloween. I love you all. Mwah.